Everyone, meet Gord, our 1983 Ford Econoline E250 Hightop campervan.
If you watched our previous video, you know we bought this van sight unseen, and our plan is to fix it up for a summer of van life here in British Columbia, Canada.
If you're new here, our names are Eric and Sarah, and today we're going to be giving you a full tour of our van in 3 parts.
Let's go. Before we open the door, you need to know that we spent 3 days cleaning this thing from top to bottom, inside and out, with a toothbrush, but that's pretty much all we've done with it so far. We haven't really changed anything about the van so far, so make sure to watch the full video because we really need your input later on in the video. I just love these old double doors. Come on inside.
So I think it makes the most sense to start from the front and work our way back. So here is the captain's chairs. I love this old dashboard and like how these chairs are just the most plush thing ever. I think I'm just gonna love driving this thing. It's just so classic, like the odometer, the dash. These actually even light up as you turn on the lights. And of course these chairs are just so comfortable. It's like, you honestly just feel like a grandpa just reading a book while you're driving. The only thing is that these carpets are definitely a little grunge.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And the other thing is that the person who owned it, I think 2 people before, they had an electrical fire and it actually ended up burning a lot of the door. And I think a lot of the dash as well. And it actually even affects the roof. But for the most part, the roof here is still very much intact, which is great. And of course, I think my favorite part is these chairs that swivel all the way around. Just gotta manhandle it a little bit. Oh no. So you can just hang out with everybody. It's so nice. I think this is just gonna be my spot whenever we...
No, it's my spot.
No, it's my spot.
No, mine. I already shottied it.
And then of course that just brings us to the living room, which is incidentally right here. And what's awesome about this is that they've actually already redone the whole flooring with vinyl plank, and so we don't have to do anything with that, which is really nice. This couch is really nice. Definitely needs a good cleaning still, but what's awesome about this is that it turns into a bed.
So easy. I'll never get over how easy that is.
Yeah, pretty sweet, pretty nice, pretty quick. 1 bed option, done. And of course down here you have your storage. One opens up and then you have our water tank right here as well, which is pretty sweet. So you always got to have a lot of storage in a van to use it all efficiently. And then that brings us, oh actually one more thing. When you're sitting here, you can just turn on your reading light.
So cute.
It's nice.
There's one on either side.
And then we already have 1 bed here, but we have a bed up top as well. So for us, when we were looking at vans, we were like, okay, a lot of people have their vans and half their van is a bed, which is great, but they always say like, oh yeah, you know, you can move it and turn it into a table and it's awesome, but most people don't even end up turning it into a table and just leave it as bed. What's great about this is that we just have a bed up top. We don't have to move anything. And this just slides out. Definitely need to fix a little bit, but just like that, we have a bed yet again. So 2 beds. Whoa. Efficient use of space.
And that brings us to the kitchen. So over here we have our sink, which we actually have running water, and Eric showed you the water tank underneath the couch already. So nice little sink. We have a bunch of storage space under the sink, and we actually have drawers that go in here, 3 drawers, but as you can see, they are in dire need of being redone, so we're not even putting them in there because they're making a huge mess. But we will have drawer space in there, which is great. A nice little countertop space. We have more storage up here, which is awesome. And we do actually have a speaker system in here. Doesn't work really well, but there is a spot for 2 speakers in the kitchen. We have these nice classic lights. I love these. Eric wanted to change them, but I think these are awesome. You can either have one on or both on. I think they're great. We have this tile backsplash, which we'll probably be changing. We have a 3-burner propane stove. So propane is super awesome. The only thing is that when we're cooking, we'll have to have a window open because, you know, we don't want to die. We have more storage under here. If I can open it.
Really pull on it.
This is actually a really, really big storage space, which is awesome. And, oh my goodness. Moving this way, we have a spot for the fridge. We have more cupboard space up here. More lights, and we actually have an air conditioner up here, and the AC actually does work. Obviously we need to be plugged into electricity because it takes a little bit too much just for the battery, but this is going to be awesome in the summer. It does take a few inches off our roof, so Eric can't quite fit on this side of the van, but it'll be worth it in the summer. And thankfully Eric can fit in the whole other half of the van,
This side.
which is a big selling point for us. Eric needed to be able to stand at least a little bit. Okay, and now we have the very back of the van. We have this really beautiful, I think it's actually made out of wood. Oh, can I open it? It's like a wood shutter bathroom door. So, you know, that'll be very important. Small space for 2 people in the summer. And, okay, there's not really much space for Eric and me in here, so we'll try to do this best we can. But on the right side here, we have a huge closet. It even has like a hanger space, and it goes so deep. I could literally fit my entire body in here. I could be in there. It's huge. And under here we actually have a propane heater. It doesn't currently work, but it is under there. Then we have our toilet, which is a normal flushing toilet, which is great. Then on this side, we have a full tub, which is, well, I wouldn't say a full tub. I'll say a mini tub. And a shower, so that's pretty awesome too, and it all works. It's connected to the water, and yeah, that's the whole back of the van.
All right, let's get outside. Welcome to British Columbia. It's starting to rain.
Always.
So here's the exterior of the van. Obviously a total beauty, but we actually have to go to the other side to show you the interesting parts. Got our spare tire, got our hitch, nice ladder to the top. What's awesome about this, especially right now with gas prices, depending how you look at it, 2 gas tanks. So when we do fill up, and it hurts to fill up, we can fill up 2 of them, so hopefully it lasts a little bit longer so we don't have to cry as often. And then we have our connection to electricity. We have the 125 volt here. We also have like a connector that connects it to a different type of power source. Don't ask me about electricity.
We'll learn.
We'll learn. And then we have our water connection where we can actually fill up with city water. We can connect to the water at the campsites, and then here we can just fill up our water tank with a funnel. I'm assuming, or just a hose. And yeah, and then the last part actually is the propane. So we have a whole propane tank just out on the exterior here, and we can just pull up to the gas station and just get it filled up. Apparently the last person who had this, she had it for 3 years and she has never had to fill it up, and it's still at a quarter tank. So I don't know how long she was actually being in it, but hopefully that's a good sign.
Oh, and don't forget about the sewer.
Right, we have the
best
proper
part.
clean out. Obviously we're gonna need that if we're gonna be using the toilet, and there is also a gray tank for just like the sink and stuff too. And that's the exterior. So we literally just got this van, so we don't really know everything about it quite yet, obviously. So we're just learning as we go, and that's really the whole point of this next series in our videos, is that we're gonna take you along with whatever we're gonna be learning with this van.
Which is gonna be a lot.
Bad. It's gonna be a lot. So there's like hundreds of other things that we have to learn about it, but this is what we know so far. So we want to let you in on our reno plans. We have never done something like this before. I feel like I need to say that because there's going to be a lot, like we said, a lot of learning. But right now our plan is to eventually live in this van. We're currently at Sarah's parents' place and we want to live on the property to begin with, but there's a few things that need to get done beforehand. So I think the first thing that we want to do is deal with this bed. I don't think in its current state that this bed could even hold us. I think that's mostly because these runners feel as though they aren't really that sturdy, so I might have to take those apart. The frame for the bed, it's kind of bowed plywood from, I don't know when they would have made this.
1983.
Yeah, but it could have been later. They could have done it too. And then also just like even just a new mattress for the bed as well. So there's just a couple more comfort things that we also need to deal with.
The next thing we need to fix is these drawers, which I already mentioned. Thankfully, the fronts are really good. I think they might just need a little bit of love, but I really need to rebuild the whole like body of the drawer essentially. And the last thing we want to do before we move in, and partly because we're taking out the bed, is we actually want to wallpaper and paint in here. So our idea is that we'll probably wallpaper the top half, like from this trim upwards, and then paint the bottom half, paint all the cabinets. I want to redo this fake tile thing, but essentially just kind of give it a cosmetic makeover, especially because we'll have the bed out anyway, so we just want to fix that up while we're out of here. But we're both not very good at interior design, so if you have any brilliant ideas of what colors we should do or what wallpaper, please let us know in the comments, because otherwise we might make it look terrible. Hopefully not.
So those are like the most essential things that we need to do before we actually move into the van, but we also have a long list of things that we want to get done throughout the summer. So one of the biggest things for me and for, I guess, Sarah as well, is that we work on our laptops a lot and we need a table. You can see on the ground here that there's these pins for the table, but we never got a table with it. So we're looking for a way to actually set up something that can be foldable, and right here, maybe a lagoon style table, but that's one of the things that we want to get done.
Yeah, and hopefully to be able to use it with the chair too.
Yeah.
So let us know your
so
ideas.
We can work on our laptops.
So another thing we eventually want to fix is all this burn damage. So this is kind of a longer term project, but we would love to repair this, whether that's using some sort of fabric from the chair or something, or finding something at a parts place. We kind of want to deal with this because it looks really ugly. Maybe the carpet as well. And I would love to repaint the dash. I've seen a video of somebody doing that, taking the whole thing off and just spray painting it all so it matches. And I would love to do that so there's less obvious burn damage.
And as Sarah said, we have these speakers here, but they don't really work all that well. So for us, we need some good sound system in here because we love music. So we're gonna have to figure that out. Another thing is the fridge. We're looking into either an electric one or a two-way with propane and electric. We kind of need to know what the deal is, so any suggestions are welcome.
So eventually it'd be really nice to fix this propane heater we have in the van. It doesn't work right now. We do have a little buddy heater and a little electric heater, so it's not a big deal. But if we eventually wanted to live in the van, say longer term, it would be really nice to get that fixed. And we do want to fix a better shower system because obviously Eric can't fit in this. I don't even think I could fit in this, honestly, to shower. So our idea is to get maybe a retractable or just a longer shower hose and take it and put an outdoor shower. So have some sort of attachment on the outside of the van that we can hang it up and have outside showers and not use this as a shower ever.
And another thing that we want to do is in the back here with this tub. We're probably not going to be using this tub a whole lot, and we really need the extra storage space. So what we're going to do is we're going to be creating shelves above this, hopefully. And finally, we're looking into doing a more sustainable and more efficient energy source. So right now we have a marine battery, and that's great for powering the lights and small things, but we're probably going to need to look into doing more like 400 watt solar panels. We currently have a 100 watt, but I don't think that's going to be enough, and possibly looking into a bigger battery. So we're going to have to keep you posted, and we're going to be doing a lot of research on that as well. And of course, we have so many other things that we want to do with this van when we are so excited to do it.
So excited. And as always, with any sort of build, there's probably going to be hundreds of things that come up, other projects, other issues. So make sure to subscribe to our channel to see how we fare with these projects, but also just any other things that come up.
That's right. And please give us some suggestions for what we need to do. I think we are just going to be learning the whole process of this. So any suggestions are great. Any questions for us, please put them in the comments.
Yeah, we would love to hear your feedback and suggestions on what we should do.
That's right. And so for now, we'll see you in the next one.